Good morning, everyone. I'm here with Lorna, and she just had a great dowsing question. So, what will you tell me about your pool?
Well, we're sitting beside our beautiful pool that has had leaks off and on for the last 2 years, and we have spent a lot of time and money trying to get it fixed. So, my dowsing question, and I'm hoping that I'm asking it specifically enough, my dowsing question is, will these 2 injections that are proposed by our engineer fix the pool for at least 5 years? Is that a good question?
That was a really good question. And you'll notice it was very specific, and that's what you want. So, I love that you asked the question in the phraseology, what is the likelihood?
Right.
Because we don't want to ask yes and no questions. It's too restrictive and it's too hard to pin something down to a yes and no. And oftentimes you can get very misled when you stick with yes and no questions. So asking what is the likelihood, you're actually wanting to use a dowsing chart, which I call the percentage chart, which if you can imagine a half circle, on one side is 0% and on the other side is 100%. You're just asking what is the likelihood that this is going to be a fix for at least 5 years.
Right.
Great question. So let's just take your pendulum and find out. And what Lorna's going to do is she's just going to imagine that half circle in front of her. If you have a dowsing chart or you even want to make one, that works as well too. So let's ask your question.
What is the likelihood that the engineer's 2 injections of special epoxy will fix our pool leak for at least 5 years?
Looks pretty high to me. What's that look like to you?
Well, is that like a 50? Is that a 60?
That looks more like 60 to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
So more like a 60.
Yeah.
Okay. So what do I do with that? So it's going strong now, 60.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so that tells you that there may be some other things that you want to pursue.
Okay.
As well, just to make it a surefire deal. So in addition to those injections that your engineer was proposing, perhaps there's some other things that you might want to look into or ask them what are other options and what can we do that would really make sure that this is an issue that's resolved. And I don't know, talk to your engineer about that, but it sounds like there could be some other things you need to do.
Something else. Okay. All right.
Okay, thanks everyone.